guys, welcome back to Casually Crafted. My name is Ashley and this is Crafty Chat number 45. So I just wanted to get on here real quick and talk about an update on some of the snowflakes that I've been working on. My last video I showed you a bunch that I had started with like 3 different size weights of yarn to try to decide like what patterns I want to do to make sets to sell or whatever if I ever get to that. So I do have some, I honestly don't remember which ones I already showed you, but since I have decided, like kind of decided which sets to do, I want to show you those and then show you how I decided to like stiffen them a little bit. I did a little experiment to help decide how I wanted to do that. And then I've made a few more since then. Like I even just made one today because I'm like trying to change my mind about some patterns or not, so I'm trying to figure that out. So I mostly haven't worked on it in a few weeks besides like just stiffening them, but I have worked on it a little bit and I don't have time to do like a full everything whipped and finished object video right now, so we're just gonna do snowflakes. So I'm going to turn you around and you'll be looking at my carpet and I will show you what I've been working on. Okay, so first I want to talk about how I decided to stiffen these. So my first experiment I tried 3 different ways. I bought this fabric stiffener and draping liquid. I know Mod Podge makes a version of this called Stiffy, but my Joann's did not have it, so this is what my Joann's had. It was like $8 and I used a 40% off coupon on it. So I'll show you everything I tried and then my results. So then the next thing I tried was just basic Mod Podge, the matte version, and I did water that down with some water. I didn't measure anything, I just kind of eyeballed what I thought would work good. And then the third one was this liquid starch Stay Flow that I already had on hand. So first, let's do this one. This is the Stiffy, not Stiffy, sorry, this one, the Aliens version. So these are my results. So I used snowflakes that I didn't necessarily want to keep. They either turned out too big or too small. The lighting in here is not that great. Sorry about that. So obviously it's pretty stiff. And that one's not too bad. And that one didn't turn out too bad either. And this one I didn't want to keep because it's really big. But then when you get to the Karen Simply Soft, it looks wet still in a way, compared to, like, here's one that's not stiffened. So you can see that difference. Like this one looks like it's still soaking wet even though it's dry. So I didn't love how it did that. And then Karen Simply Soft also has these fuzzies and it just looked weird, I guess, with the fuzzies. So I didn't love using this. The only one I would use it for is the thread that doesn't have any fuzzies. And this one I was going to show you. Here's one that's not stiffened. It almost looks wet still also, like it changes the color a little bit. I wish I had my light in here so you could see better, but yeah, so I'm not sure I like how that one worked out, but I could use it for just the white thread, like something that's not gonna soak in a lot like the Karen Simply Soft did. So then the next one was the Mod Podge, and it was kind of the same. This one it looks like it's still wet, like it's darkened. This one, the Karen Simply Soft, is just gross. Like these these baubles just turned out like solid, and I did not like how that looked. And the pins I had apparently are not rust proof. Sorry, it's not focusing, but there's some yellowing there and there. So I ended up ordering some different ones that are rust proof. And then here's this one with the Mod Podge. So that one also wasn't too bad for the thread, but I didn't like it for the other two. So then my third was the Stay Flow, and I only tried it with the 2 white yarns. I didn't have a third blue one that I was ready to sacrifice. So this one, the main difference is it's still, you can still flop it around, but it can still hold its shape. Obviously, I did not block this one very evenly. Their spikes are all weird. And then here's the Karen Simply Soft. So it's holding its points compared to one that wouldn't, but it's still flexible. And I realized later that these, somewhere in the instructions for the Stay Flow, it says to let it soak for 5 minutes. These ones did not soak for 5 minutes. I just dunked them in and then squeezed them out. So I decided to go with the Stay Flow, and that's actually probably the cheapest option as well. So for my next ones that I actually stiffened, I used the Stay Flow, and I did let them sit for 5 minutes at a time before squeezing it out and then blocking them with the rust-free pins. So then I was going to show you kind of like the sets that I've created. Like I said, I'm trying to do them in like sets of 6 that are all sort of similar in size. Sorry, my exercise mat's over there. So I'm going to just kind of show you what I have, and then I'll show like the individual patterns together, so you can, if you see one you like, you can go look it up, and I'll put those patterns in the description box. Okay, so this is the size 3 crochet thread. So those are the 6 that I've picked out there. I don't love this one, how it kind of swoops sideways. To me, that's not as snowflakey, but for right now I don't have a different pattern picked out for that size. And then over here I have the ones for the Karen Simply Soft, and this is the Sparkle Party. So you can see it's less floppy than the other one for letting it sit for 5 minutes, but they still hold their shape pretty good. So these, I even started second guessing if some of these were too big, like these bottom ones, especially this one. So I have made a few more that I have not blocked yet, but I feel like these ones especially might almost be too small. So I don't know if I did a set like this, some smallish ones, like small and medium, and then did a set like this, the medium and large together. I don't know what I'm doing there. But those are my Simply Soft ones. I have a few others that I made that are way too big that I could have experimented on, so I'm not going to show you those right now. And then the third main color that I did was the Summer Nights. Look. I am going to probably replace this one. I just can't. I realized I was doing part of the picots wrong, but then even then I can't block it normal. It doesn't look like a snowflake. It looks like a Christmas star, I guess. So I have made a few extra ones of these that haven't been blocked that I need to decide which one I want to replace it with. Sorry, the lighting's going super weird. I think I'm in the way. There we go. So one of these I think I made last year, and I'm not sure which one it was, so I might not have the pattern for it. Yeah, so there's those ones. This one's a little bit big compared to the rest, but I like the pattern enough then I'd probably keep it. That one's kind of big too, but if there's like 3 biggish ones and 3 smallish ones, I don't think that's too bad. But yeah, I definitely don't want to do this one anymore. I just can't get the blocking right on it. And then, so over here, oh, I did have one more of the Karen Simply Soft one. So I could do, take that one out, put that one in, something like that. I don't know. Okay, so sorry. Over here, this is the Soho Noel from, I think, Hirschner's in the sugar cookie color. And I did have 6 of these originally, but one I realized I forgot to do like the very last chain on one, so I ended up throwing it away. These 4 are blocked. This one has not been blocked yet. And I feel like these are big, so I don't know if I go down a hook size or if I pick different patterns or if I just give up on this yarn altogether, because it's kind of a cream color. I don't know how many people want cream colored snowflakes on their Christmas tree, so I haven't decided. I might just finish this one set, make one more and block this one and the other one and call that good. Okay, so I need to set out a few more, so just a second. Okay, so these ones are made with Red Heart Sport. It's probably really old. This is the color, it says pale green, but that is more like a light blue to me. I don't know. But yeah, it's supposed to be a sport weight, which I thought was a size 2. Maybe they're calling it a size 3 somewhere in here. I don't know. So I wanted to do some yarns that were kind of in between the 4 weight, supposedly, of the Karen Simply Soft, but bigger than a size 3 crochet thread. So that's why I was trying the sport weight. So I started with this one because it was too big in the 4 weight, so I thought it might be good for the 2 weight. Well, after I did that one, here is the same one in the Karen Simply Soft, and they're basically the same size. Even though I used a smaller hook, I used, I think, an F hook for the Simply Soft and an E hook for the Red Heart Sport. So then I had to change my whole plans and come up with a whole different set of snowflakes. Sorry, my darn lighting. Okay, so those are the 6 that I think I've decided for those. And then I have a different 2 weight over here. So I have this yarn, so it's actually this yarn, but I don't have the ball band for the colors anymore, but I have it in this red. It's Vanna's Glamour, and it's a 2 weight. So I have it in this gold and in this silver. So the silver, I have 7 right now because I have decided this is that same one that I don't like with the long things. And none of these have been blocked. The Red Heart and these, none of these have been blocked. So yeah, so there's my 6. And then my gold, I have 6, but I need to replace this with whatever silver one I did extra. I don't know what I did. Yeah, so I think that's all my sets, and now I'm gonna organize them by like type so I can tell you what each one is, so you can look it up in the description box. So I will be right back. Okay, so we're gonna start over here. These ones, I don't have like the pattern names memorized. I just had them like abbreviated in my notes. So these first ones I'm going to show you are all by the same designer, and she called them Wishes and then something, or something Wishes, and then like a number. So these ones I wrote down as Wishes number 2. So these are all the same. This is that Soho Noel, the Simply Soft, and the Red Heart Sport. This one is Wishes number 4, just the Karen Simply Soft, and this one's not blocked yet. And then this one is Wishes number 5. Alright, next I have, this one is a Bella Coco pattern. So here it is in the Simply Soft, the Soho Noel, the Red Heart Sport, and then the Vanna's Glamour. So they get kind of like bigger to smaller. This one I called the Coaster because the original pattern, it's a tutorial on YouTube, and she did them to be coasters. So there's those. Alright, these ones are on a blog called Crochetpedia. And like I said, I'll have the exact links in the description box. So these are the 4 that I have in that one. I still feel like that's a little big, but okay, this one is on a website called Snowcatcher, and she, I think it's a she, also has tons of snowflake patterns. Some are a lot more complicated than others, and this one she goes through and kind of explains where if you like stopped at a specific round, like she shows pictures of how she might have changed it to make a totally different new snowflake, but she doesn't like explain how she did it. She just says, these are snowflakes I made stopping at this round. So it would have been cool to see like a more description on that. That's okay. So this one is what it looks like blocked with the ends kind of pointy. These still look just kind of like flowers because none of these ones are blocked yet. But yeah, so that one is Snowcatcher, and she did it in like a moss color. So that one, so she has other ones, but that's the only one of hers that I have done. Okay, this next one is called the Stella Snowflake, and if I remember right, it's by Jonna Martinez. Yeah, this one's one of my favorites. I think it's just pretty. And these 2 haven't been blocked yet. This other one is also by Jonna Martinez. This one is like puff stitch. So there it is in those 3. They turned out pretty big using the 4-weight yarns, so that's why I did those in the skinnier yarns. Alright, this one I have written down as Blue Raindrops. I think that's the name of the blog. So there's those 2 and those 2. Turned out way smaller on that Summer Nights yarn. Hold on. Okay, this is the one that I don't like as much. This is by Happy Berry on YouTube. And not that there's anything wrong with her pattern, it's more me not being able to block them with how big these little pokes are. And they look, obviously these look silly when they're not blocked. But yeah, so I'm not going to make any more of this pattern probably. These next ones are from, there's a Yarnspirations pattern that has a whole bunch of snowflakes that they put together to make a Christmas tree like picture frame thing. So this one is small doily number 1. And I changed the hook size. These are the same yarns, but I ended up going up a hook size to make this gold one a little bit bigger than the silver. And then, yep, there's those. So that one's small doily number 1. And then within that same pattern, I did a large doily number 2 with the thread yarns. I guess they're not yarns, but threads. The Summer Nights and the thread. And then the rest of these are all just singles. So this one I'm calling the Purple Poncho, and it hasn't been blocked yet, so I can't really pick it up. And this one, I think that's the name of the blog. This one, she named it the Flower Star Snowflake. And then This one, I don't know how to pronounce that. It's like Verklist, but it's a different language, but she also has it in English on the blog also. This one, part of her blog name is Christine's. And I like this one too, but it didn't work out in any of the other threads and yarns. It just turned out too big. And then the last two, I finished these ones today. So these were both found on Ravelry. This one is called the Christmas Star. And then this one is just called Easy Crochet Snowflake. So I didn't come up with a fun nickname for that. So yeah, those are all the snowflakes. I still have lots of blocking to do and maybe a few changes to make. But I am trying to work on Christmas presents and birthday presents and a whole bunch of other stuff. So we'll see how much I get done. If these are the only sets I get done, then so be it. And then I can just have what I've made, like, so I can know next year like what patterns I might want to do if I want to make more. Or maybe I'll move on to something else next year. I don't know. But anyways, thanks for sticking around. Hopefully, if you liked any of these patterns, you can go to, it's like a variety. Some are YouTube channels, some are blog posts, some are on Ravelry downloads. So they're all over, but they will all be listed down below. And thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye, guys.